Hi, this is Ann Sieg, and we're going to continue our conversation about the 3 essential ingredients for success as an eBay seller. And we're going to focus on essential ingredient number 2, and that is understanding the eBay PayPal ecosystem. So again, we've got 3 essential ingredients to become successful on eBay. Number 1 is the proper mindset. We've already gone through that. Number 2, a thorough understanding of the eBay PayPal ecosystem and how to navigate it. And number 3 will be access to tools and training to help you optimize your product listings and increase your sales volume. So earlier, I listed 3 things you need to be successful as a new dropshipper. We discussed the importance of treating your new dropship business like a real business and not a hobby. I also emphasized the need for consistency in your business, along with the importance of setting up systems. Now, we're going to address the second thing you need to be successful, and that is a thorough understanding and appreciation of the eBay PayPal marketplace and how to navigate within this ecosystem. You'll be using eBay to sell your products, and PayPal will handle your payment transactions. Each has worked hard to grow their business and build a solid reputation around the world. In order to maintain their respective brands and keep their trusted image, they put policies and systems in place to protect themselves as well as sellers and buyers. The privilege of utilizing their platforms and services means you need to be aware of their rules and be willing to abide by them. They will not tolerate repeated violations and will swiftly penalize you or close your account for not adhering to their policies. So let's review the specifics on what you need to know, what you should expect, and what you can do to avoid getting your account shut down.
Welcome back. We're going to talk about the rules of the road and how to operate and navigate your way inside the marketplace of eBay, which remember also includes PayPal. eBay and PayPal have a symbiotic relationship. PayPal is the bank of eBay. It was created to help them process the high volume of transactions for millions of buyers and sellers. PayPal has been a big game changer for e-commerce in general, but more importantly, it allows individuals like you to enter the world of e-commerce and transact business just like traditional brick and mortar businesses. By handling your own payment transactions and even refunds, it reduces your risk as an individual seller because you don't have to handle the money or collect payments or process credit cards or any of that stuff. Obviously, eBay and PayPal are both in business to make money. The cost of doing business with them comes in the forms of fees and commissions. PayPal charges a standard transaction fee and eBay charges a commission based on the sale amount of every product sold. So right off the top, 13% of your sale price will be collected by them before you'll receive your portion, your profit. This will become a factor later on when you're determining how much to price your items for sale, and I'm going to teach you how to do that. Currently, eBay charges a commission fee of 10% of the total price, and PayPal charges a transaction fee of 2.9% of the total. In addition to those fees, you'll need to factor in possible taxes at an average of 8%. Does that mean you're going to have to take on the responsibility of collecting taxes? No. You simply need to roll that into your price. As mentioned before, I'll be covering those strategies later on. At the time of this recording in mid-2014, approximately 50% of U.S. states charge sales tax at an average of 8%. Sales tax is determined by the state that the product is going to be shipped to. So what that means is that when you list products for sale on eBay and it's time to go order the product from Amazon, there's going to be a 50-50 chance that you'll be charged sales tax. For this reason, you'll be learning how to factor in an additional 8% to your prices to account for this possible tax so that you won't lose money. The good news is that the other 50% of the time when your item is shipped to a customer in a state that doesn't charge sales tax, that's going to be an extra 8% profit in your pocket. For now, just be aware that the cost of doing business on eBay.com is not free. It involves fees and commissions, which you'll factor into your pricing. Right now, there are thousands of established sellers on eBay making 5 figures per month and some even 6 figures. It's crazy. But they do this by listing a large volume of competitively priced products. That's it. They list like crazy. Think you can do that too? Of course you can. But you've got to learn the skills and consistently implement what we teach. The information is only as valuable as the person putting it into action. So how fast you get there is going to be up to you. During your first 90 days, eBay will place limits on your account and or on particular categories of products until you establish a positive selling history. Limits will vary from person to person and also by country of residence, but those are determined solely by eBay. Your specific limits will appear on your active selling page. So here are the typical new seller limitations. Account limits. This is a monthly limit on the number of listings you can have, and it limits the total dollar amount of your sales. For example, you can list 25 items and up to $5,000 in merchandise. The other limitation is category limits, and this is a limit on the total number of items that can be listed in a particular category in a calendar month. For example, you can sell up to 3 items in the sports and outdoor category. Might be something that your limitation states. When you reach the 90-day mark and you've established a good selling history and you've hit certain benchmarks, eBay will lift your limitations. New seller status ends once you've met all the following criteria. It's been more than 90 days since your first successful sale. You've completed more than 25 domestic sales, and you have more than $250 in total sales. Those benchmarks are not difficult to meet. You probably have more difficulty with your level of patience. But I just want you to be aware of these limitations so you know what to expect, and just understand that they're not targeting you. It's policy for all new sellers. If you want to have your limits raised before your 90 days are up, and most sellers do, then once every 30 days you're allowed to contact eBay customer service and request an increase. But just be prepared to answer some questions about your dropship business, including the types of items you plan to sell on eBay and where you're sourcing them from. You may also be asked where you obtain your product photos, and this is done through the eBay system. That's how they'll let you know. Here's a new seller tip. When you call eBay to get your limits raised, make sure to let them know you plan to sell higher ticket items, for example, small furniture as compared to a crock pot. Even if you're not planning on selling furniture, it just gives them more context and helps them understand your need for higher selling limits. $20 versus $150. That gives them context. They're not likely to raise your limits if it appears to them that you don't need it. So be prepared to explain why you need those higher limits. Now, there's no guarantee that they will raise them, but it's worth a try. And if they turn you down, you can always try and call back to talk to a different rep on the phone, because sometimes you have a little more wiggle room depending on who you're talking to. For more details on seller limits and how to get them increased, you can visit the link on eBay website, pages.ebay.com/help/sell/selling-limits.html. Now let's talk about PayPal limitations. If you're a new seller, PayPal will hold the funds from each sale for up to 21 days before releasing it to your account. Some people call it PayPal jail, but don't panic. Remember, they don't know you yet, and they want to see what happens with your orders or how you handle any returns, etc. But there are some things you can do to shorten this length of time, and remember, it is only for 90 days. After you've proven yourself to be a responsible seller, all the limits will be lifted, and you'll receive your funds from each sale immediately, and at that point, you can scale things up very quickly. There are 4 things you can do to shorten that lag time between the sale and receiving your funds from PayPal. Number 1, sell items from your own home, and they can be new or used. There are 2 good reasons to do this. First, your funds will be released immediately if you sell items from your own home. That's your merchandise. Secondly, you'll begin building a track record that eBay can see, and they'll apply any feedback ratings and sales that you receive as a result. They'll apply them to your overall benchmarks, which helps your seller rating. Number 2, process your orders quickly and upload tracking and delivery information. When you receive the tracking number from Amazon, copy it, then go over to your eBay seller dashboard and locate your sold items. Click on the particular item that you sold that you're trying to add information to, and you're going to click Add Tracking Information. Then you're just simply going to paste the tracking number in there, and it automatically uploads into eBay's system. Typically, this will result in your funds being released within 3 to 7 days, which is much quicker than 21 days. Number 3, eBay monitors communication between you and your buyers within their messaging system. So immediately after you sell an item, contact your buyer and thank them for the business. Tell them their order is being processed for shipment and that you'll upload tracking information as soon as it becomes available. This demonstrates to eBay that you're a conscientious seller who treats their buyers right. And number 4, keep your own seller account current and updated. Make sure your bank information and account numbers are on file, as well as current email and phone numbers. So if things change, you need to go back in there and update them. It's time to get down to the nitty-gritty, folks. Next up, prepare to launch. We're going to take inventory of all the tools and resources you're going to need for your dropship business. It's going to be great. I'll see you in the next video.